Hey there everybody, this is Piper here, and welcome to another Rome Total War battle. So this is the third battle from the quarterfinals of the 2 league tournament. And this was a 1 vs 1 CWB tournament hosted by Rus League, also affiliated with the USSR clan. So the previous 2 battles we saw Moussolini play versus Trajan, and he actually won both of those battles. This is the third battle of the series. So basically it was a best of 3. Moussolini's actually won the first 2 battles, so it means he's actually going to go through to the next round, and this is kind of just a fun battle. The previous 2 matchups, it was Greece versus Pontus. The last matchup was, if I remember correctly, it was Seleucid Empire versus Macedon. And this matchup is going to be Pontus versus Seleucid Empire. So this is a classic matchup. Most players consider this matchup kind of equal in CWB. Both factions get strengths and weaknesses. We'll go through the armies fast before both players get close to each other and the battle starts. So Moussolini's gone with 5 pike, bronze shields, there go gold, 6 archers go gold, 4 scythe chariots, 2 Pontic Light, the Pontic Light will be gold, and 2 chariot archers gold attack, 1 peasant. Trajan has 5 silver shield legionnaires, these guys are gold, 2 silver shield pikemen, they are gold. So there's actually 1 silver shield pike gold and 1 militia pike. I think they're gold as well. 6 archers. The archers are gold. 5 militia cavalry. These guys are 4 upgrade. Most of them are 4 upgrade, and 2 scythe chariot. So Moussolini's brought around his chariot archers. These guys are not going to use Cantabrian Cycle just yet. They don't need to. They're going to get some shots against the militia cavalry. He's out of range of the archers, and it's only the militia cavalry that are here. They're only 3 upgrade, 3 and 4 upgrade, so they're not gold, they're not that powerful. Moussolini does have his gold Pontic Light cavalry, and they've just gone in for a charge versus the peasants. He's got 2 units of scythe chariots on the right flank in loose formation, and 2 scythe chariots in the centre. So the strategy here for Moussolini: get as much damage with the chariot archers as he can, use the light cavalry, use the chariot advantage to back up the chariot archers, which will give him the edge in the archer war, win the archer war, and then use the pike, because obviously Trajan does have the advantage with the silver shield legionnaires. 5 of those guys are probably equal to the bronze shields, and he's got the pike as well. The strategy for Trajan is try and get kills on the scythe chariots, which will give him the advantage with the light cavalry. So unless Trajan can actually get close to these scythe chariots, it's going to be hard for him to actually, not hard for him to win, but he has to at least get a couple of these chariots to run amok to give him the light cav advantage. So these Pontic Light cavalry coming round on the right flank, they're going to throw some javelins at the light cavalry. They've actually sustained some damage. Those archers there are actually firing flaming arrows, and that was a good charge there by Moussolini. The combination of the chariot archers and 2 light cavalry actually routed those units of light cavalry for Trajan. So I think to remember is that these chariot archers, as long as these guys are fresh, they can be used as light cavalry, just like the Pontic Light. So any time that Trajan actually pushes forward, Moussolini can get these guys out of skirmish mode and use these as light cavalry, and they'll just absolutely destroy the militia cavalry. As long as they're not exhausted, very tired, they're actually very effective using them in that way. So he's going to keep the Pontic Light at the centre, at the front rather, keep the chariot archers at the back, and these guys are going to get a lot of damage against the archers. So that unit's actually down to 19. That one's down to 33. So Trajan probably wants to engage the bronze shields as fast as possible. He doesn't have... He's got the light cavalry, but Mussolini's using his light cavalry very well, using his chariot archers offensively. So Trajan's charged forward a unit of Slav chariots, and those guys are going to run amok. So Trajan's going to want to pull back here, doesn't want to get entangled with those Pontus Slav chariots. And they're going to run amok. So that was actually well played to Trajan, pulled back his light cavalry. These guys are firing flaming arrows, they actually routed the chariot archers. But like I was saying, as long as the battle, obviously in this battle, Mussolini has 6 archers, the 2 chariot archers. So effectively Mussolini has 8 archer units, 2 very fast archer units. And basically what that means is Trajan should really engage the infantry as fast as possible, because he can't win the archer war, because he's going to get outshot with all the chariot archers and these archers here. He wants to really try and engage the pike as fast as possible, and then try and use the extra pike that he has to chase down the archers. Mussolini's playing very well with his light cavalry and his chariot archers, and he's actually done a lot of damage on the right flank. So a lot of players, when they play with Seleucid Empire, they'll bring the infantry, like gold or 5 upgrade, like 5 or 6 of them, and instead of the pike, they'll go with like 4 side and 4 militia cavalry, because I think the militia cavalry is a little bit cheaper for Seleucid Empire, but the chariots are more expensive. So as long as Trajan can protect the backs of the legionnaires, they'll slaughter the bronze shields. But the problem arises for Trajan, the fact that he's only got 1 Slav chariot now. He doesn't really have that much light cavalry. So when these guys move forward, certainly they'll throw peel at the pike and they'll engage, but he doesn't really have anything to defend the rear. He's got the 2 units of pike. If he can get a couple of kills using his light cavalry against the Slav chariots, that will help Trajan a lot. But the battle is definitely in Mussolini's favour right now. He's put his peasants at the front. These guys will soak up any arrows. There's a couple of spectators at the back. We've got a player called Gore from the Gore 777 with a G. Not really heard that player before. I know he played in a couple of competitions. Got a player called USSR Fast, and he was a well-known player in team battles, tournaments, and 1 versus 1. So Mussolini's actually wanting to rest his chariot archers. He's moved back his pike, moved back his archers. The chariot archers are more effective when they're fresh. And you see there, that's why Mussolini put his peasants here. Trajan's actually firing arrows at the peasants. And that's one of the benefits of having the peasants there. You can see they've actually they've absorbed a couple of volleys of flaming arrows, and those volleys that those peasants take might save a Slav chariot later on in the battle. So I think we might actually speed this up a little bit. Again, it's not a fairly long battle. We're probably well over halfway, probably like 60% of the way through. So Trajan's going to move forward his army, and he's finally going to rush with his Silver Shield Legionnaires. So the longer the battle goes on and the more kills the chariot archers get, the harder it will be for Trajan to actually win this battle. And again, well played using his chariot archers. He's used them offensively, taking them out of skirmish mode, taking them out of the circling mode, and he's using them against the militia cavalry. whilst that happened, he actually used his light cavalry to attack the other side of Seleucid Empire, and Mussolini's gonna have to get these guys into tight formation. These guys are gonna throw the pila quite soon, probably. I don't think they've thrown the pila before in the battle. They've always been very far away from the enemy, and it's going to be interesting to see how much damage these guys do against the pike. So because Mussolini's actually done a lot of damage, he's miles ahead in the archer war. He's got so many more archers left. He's going to withdraw the pike, and that's the correct play to make. He wants to really use the archer advantage now to get shots in the backs of the legionnaires. He does have the 5 chariots, which he'll probably want to keep back to save them from any flaming arrows. But instead of switching from flaming arrows to regular, so when Trajan's shooting the regular archers, he wants to keep these guys out of fire mode, so only fire regular arrows. But he's keeping these guys in fire mode the whole time, which is meaning that his shots with his archers are less effective. They're slower at shooting as well, and it looks like the general's actually died for... Is that one of the spectators? Yeah, that was a spectator there. Because I can see the general for Seleucid Empire, who's actually right there. Don't know where Mussolini's general is. So Mussolini might have actually lost his general. Can't tell from this viewpoint if his general's still alive. But he's going to withdraw his pike, and Trajan's going to charge after him. And because Mussolini has the archer advantage now, he's got the 2 units of chariot archers. They have a ton of arrows left. There's a scythe chariot there, scythe chariot, that's chariot archers. They're exhausted, but they're getting a lot of shots in the back. He's only get 1 chariot archer actually, and they're just absolutely destroying the silver shield legionnaires, or the silver shield pike. So that's the general there for Mussolini. I don't know what happened. I think one of the spectators might have actually... I think 2 of them actually had a mini battle at the back, and it said the general had died. But Mussolini has his general, and so does Trajan. Trajan is going to charge forward the legionnaires, and it looks like Mussolini is going to stand his ground here. He's got the chariots here. They're going to come around the back, and he's got his chariot archers here as well. And this is going to absolutely destroy the backs of the legionnaires, and that's going to be a mass rout on the legionnaires. So the legionnaires are kind of tired. They sustained a few casualties before the battle started, and obviously the rear charge with the chariots caused them to rout. And also the flanks had been exposed for a long period of time, so throughout all that time the morale of the legionnaires was actually decreasing. But anyway, that was a win for Mussolini. So that means that he's won the quarterfinals of this tournament 3-0. So he's in the semi-finals, and he'll be playing a player called Lucas in the next round. So again, well played to both players, well played to Mussolini. Thought he brought the optimal army for, or one of the optimal armies with Pontus to fight Seleucid Empire. Seleucid Empire probably brought an okay army. Quite interesting bringing the 2 units of pike, but I kind of feel that Trajan should have really rushed more at the start and used his legionnaires to get kills on the pike, on the bronze shields, because as long as the chariot archers are about, the longer the battle goes on, the more advantage Pontus will have. But anyway, that was well played to both players. Really enjoyed that battle. Again, stay tuned for the next round of the battle replays. If you haven't already, like, comment and subscribe. This is Piper signing off.